Every empire faces its storm, and Binance was no different. From lawsuits to market bans, from FUD to leadership changes, the question wasn't, can Binance win? It was, can Binance survive? Today on DCA Crypto, we'll uncover how Binance faced its darkest hour and emerged stronger than ever. In mid-2023, dark clouds started forming over the crypto world. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, filed a lawsuit against Binance. The accusations were serious: operating an unregistered exchange, mishandling user funds, and a list of other violations. The news hit like a thunderclap, shaking the confidence of investors globally. Almost immediately, the dominoes began to fall. Binance. U.S. The American entity started losing its banking partners. Payment channels dried up and liquidity, the lifeblood of any exchange, began to evaporate. News outlets jumped on the story, with headlines screaming, "The beginning of the end." The FUD machine, that relentless engine of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, roared to life. It spread like wildfire across Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit. Every comment section, every trading group was filled with panic. The market reacted exactly as you'd expect. Traders, spooked by the regulatory pressure and the deafening noise, rushed to pull their funds. Billions of dollars were withdrawn from the platform in a matter of days. The pressure was immense. The reputation of its founder, CZ, a figure once seen as an untouchable titan of the industry, was being tested like never before. The entire crypto world held its breath, watching and waiting for the seemingly inevitable collapse. And yet, it didn't happen. The Binance ecosystem, this vast network of services, chains, and communities, bent under the pressure, but it did not break. Why? What held it all together when everything seemed to be falling apart? The answer is simple, but profound. The foundation of Binance wasn't built on fleeting hype or market speculation. It was built on something far more resilient: a combination of user trust earned over years and the power of genuine decentralization. This was the fortress that would be put to the ultimate test. While the media focused on the courtroom drama and the frantic withdrawals, Binance was quietly, methodically shifting its strategy. It was a masterclass in adaptation. Instead of fighting a losing battle on unfavorable ground, they changed the battlefield. They began moving liquidity away from centralized servers that were vulnerable to singular points of failure and regulatory seizure. It was a strategic retreat, a redistribution of resources to safer, more resilient shores. Simultaneously, the company strengthened its partnerships in regions that were more receptive to crypto innovation. Europe, Asia, and the Middle East became new centers of gravity for the Binance ecosystem. But the most crucial move was doubling down on the Binance Smart Chain, now known as the BNB chain. This was their ace in the hole. The BNB chain is a decentralized blockchain. It doesn't depend on any single company, any single server, or any single country's approval to operate. The message to the world, and specifically to the regulators, was loud and clear. You can try to ban the platform, but you can't ban the code. You can shut down a website, you can freeze a bank account, but you can't shut down a globally distributed decentralized network running on thousands of nodes. This was the ultimate defense. Through all of this, one group remained steadfast: the community. The Binance Angels, the volunteer moderators and evangelists, developers building projects on the BNB chain, and millions of loyal users who had been with the platform for years. They didn't jump ship. They stayed active, they kept building, and they kept transacting. They believed in the core mission that had attracted them in the first place: the promise of financial freedom and empowerment through technology. Binance weathered the storm not by fighting harder, but by adapting smarter, leveraging its technology and its community as its shield. Then, just when the community thought the worst was over, came the biggest shock of all. In a move that no one saw coming, CZ stepped down as CEO. The news was seismic. For many, CZ was Binance. He was the visionary founder, the public face, the leader who had guided the company from a small startup to a global giant. To some, his departure felt like the final nail in the coffin, the end of an era. But to others, it was something else entirely. It was the natural, necessary evolution of a global company, maturing beyond the shadow of a single, iconic founder. This wasn't a defeat. It was a strategic handoff. CZ's settlement with the U.S. authorities, while costly, removed the biggest source of regulatory uncertainty hanging over the company. He passed the torch to a new generation of leaders, professionals chosen to navigate the complex world of global finance and regulation. These new leaders shared his original vision, but brought a new approach to achieving it. The mission remained the same: freedom, transparency, and innovation for everyone. It was a sign that Binance was ready for its next chapter, one defined less by a single personality and more by institutional strength and compliance. From crisis to clarity, the story of Binance's storm is a powerful reminder of what resilience really means in this industry. It's a lesson for every project, every investor, and every believer in the crypto space. Hype can build attention, it can fuel a bull run, and it can make you feel invincible. But hype is fragile. It shatters at the first sign of trouble. Only trust and adaptability can build longevity. Trust is earned through years of consistent delivery, security, and user focus. Adaptability is the ability to see the storm coming and not just brace for impact, but to pivot, innovate, and find a new path forward. Binance proved that its true strength wasn't in how it soared during the good times, when the market was green and everyone was a genius. Its true strength was revealed in how it stood firm when everything seemed to be falling apart. So the next time you hear someone on the news or on social media say, "Crypto is dying," or "It's all over," just remember the storm that Binance survived. Remember the regulatory attacks, the market panic, and the leadership upheaval it faced. And remember that it's still here, still building, and still a dominant force in the market. Empires don't just fade away, they evolve. And BNB, it's still standing. This is DCA Crypto, bringing you the stories behind the coins that change the world. If you found this story valuable, please hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for the next chapter. Thanks for watching.